fumes down, and it'll help keep the fumes down. It'll make it easier to cut instead of you crying. Good way to test to see if your oil is hot. Put a little bit of water in your finger and just splash it. Once it gets hot enough, the oil will start popping a little bit, and it'll let you know that your oil is ready. Alright, so now that we're waiting for that, let's cut our pepper. Take your head off. Now some people like to cook with the seeds, some people don't, depending on what I'm making. Then I'll use the seeds. But like I said, depending on what I'm making. The video for the hummus, the last video, I got to get from my phone. Well, my brother's phone, because he recorded it. And so that will be uploaded for hummus part 3. We're going to try and make it so that way these videos are just going to be like one video instead of different parts. Now, you get that noise? That's your water for your... It's the water for your rice boiling over. Okay? Now it'll do that. All you do then is take the lid off, set it to the side a little bit. Get me a tripod. Alright, can you see? Nope, I can't see the cut. There you go. How about that? Is that better? No. Not alright. Son of a bitch. Alright. I got the bowl here so that way we can put the vegetables in while the chicken is cooking. Because these are going to go in after the chicken is done, which I'm about to show you. Should be just about ready. Not quite yet. Alright, just like your chicken, you want to make sure everything is bite-sized. We'll go too far. Make sure you rinse off your vegetables first. Let it boil over. Alright. So, cut your squash in half. Now, see, this is not a bad size because squash cooks down pretty quick and it cooks down really small, really malleable. So we're gonna chop those down instead of them end up being all clumpy and stuff. That's the good thing about zucchinis and certain vegetables, squash, certain vegetables. Now, I don't encourage you to cut like I cut, so go at your own pace. So with these guys, the larger ones, let's just leave them. Now, like I said, this is live, this is home, this is right after we get off work and stuff, so nothing about this is perfect. We have a family. Between Julie and I, we have, well, 6 kids, like a Brady Bunch. But living with us, we have Two boys, one girl. All teenagers. Yay. Yay. Alright. Now sometimes your scallions can start getting endy. The end's messed up. Just clip them off. Oop. Let's splash it again here. Chicken's almost ready for frying. So I'm trying to finish cutting my vegetables real quick, so that way I can throw the chicken in. Ooh, eggplanty. Now the eggplant, cut it up in 4 slices. You're going to be learning how to make all kinds of different things. Eggplant parmesan, lasagna, Italian foods. I can cook pretty much almost anything. So, almost anything. Not everything. Now, right, gotta add just a little bit more water to the rice. We're gonna turn it down and cover it. There we go. There goes the rice. We're gonna turn it down and cover it. Add just a tad bit more water real quick. So hold on, give me 1 second. Now, that is the general ratio. Sometimes you might have to add a little bit more water, something here and there. You know what? It happens. So, like I said, nothing is perfect. Now you don't want your oil to get too hot. So for a quick second, I'm just gonna move that off the fire. Just for a quick second. I'm almost done cutting up this eggplant, so. Alright. Put that in a different bowl. Now, just because you're buying inexpensive stuff doesn't mean that you can't cook healthy. Okay? A lot of times, a lot of meals that I'm going to cook probably going to be under 10 bucks. Alright, that's all done. We'll set the garlic in here. Now let's get to frying our chicken. Garbage can. There goes my spoon. Now see, when you cook chicken like this, it cooks fast. Really fast. But what we're going to do, we're going to fry it down first. So I like the way the flavor of the frying gives it. And then we're going to cook it down with the spinach, the zucchini, and the vegetables and stuff like that, and the eggplant. The last thing we're going to put in is the frozen spinach. Alright, let that fry down some. Chop up our garlic. Let that one sit there. You know, growing up as a kid, I've always wanted to learn how to cook. My mom, the only time I was allowed to sit on the counter, used to tell me to sit on the counter and watch her. She didn't give me any instructions or anything else like that. She just said watch. That was the only instructions that I got. So I did. And with doing that, I started teaching myself a lot of different things when it comes to cooking. A lot of different experimenting and stuff like that, which was pretty, I guess the good word for it is convenient. I've worked in restaurants like the Iron Monkey in Jersey City, which is a high-end restaurant, or affairs in Southern and Caribbean cuisine, which is a high-end, Southern restaurant in Jersey. Cooked for Snyder's in Snydersville. Cooked in Colorado Springs Airport. So I've had quite a few cooking jobs. I'm hoping to start my own restaurant one day, here soon. That rice is coming out good. So, I hope to start my restaurant one day and have my own restaurant, my own foods, stuff like that. I cook a lot of different things. I experiment a lot. So, when through these videos, you're going to see a lot of experimenting and stuff. So 7:05. I started right around 6:30, 6:35. So we've been going for about 20. Video's been going for about 28 minutes. So almost a half an hour. I had to actually start the video over because I didn't have enough space, and my SD card was messing up, so it wasn't mounted properly. So that. Alright, that is cooking up pretty good. Yeah. And then your rice. One thing about learning how to cook at a young age is that it's just convenient. I was a single father for a long while, on and off for the most part. Had a few, extremely few girlfriends here and there, but for the most part, just myself and my daughter. She was raised by three men and the baby, and 3 men and a little lady, because my brothers, Scott, Sam, Dustin, my cousin June, they all had a hand in helping raise her, but for the most part it was me.